guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rachel. If you're not subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So today I'm going to be doing a video talking about low buys versus no buys while I get ready with you guys. So let's get started. Alright, so I brought you guys up a little bit closer. I just primed my face using my Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I mixed in an illuminating primer as well, just because my skin has been feeling pretty parched lately, even though it is still oily. And then moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using the Ulta Demi Matte Foundation, which is in my 9 by New Year's Project pan, and then I'm going to be mixing in the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in Olive, just because this is a little bit too light for me right now. So right now when I'm filming this, it is almost the end of 2018. It is the end of December. I think you guys will be seeing this video in January, just because I'm doing a little bit of pre-filming for when I'm away on vacation. But since it's the end of the year, I've seen a lot of people begin to talk about doing their yearly low buys and no buys for 2019. And I feel like I've been seeing more people talk about it this year than previous years. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents about low buys and no buys. Although I've never been on a low buy.
Hi, sorry, future Rachel here. I meant to say I've never been on a no buy.
I'm going to give you my reasons why I've never been on one, and my reasons why I'm almost constantly on a low buy, like so often that I don't even consider myself to be on a low buy. It's just the way I purchase makeup now. Alright, now I'm going to be going in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and mine is in the shade Light Medium. So some critiques I have seen about going on a low buy or no buy is that it's kind of like a makeup diet where you don't purchase makeup for a period of time, and then after, as soon as you're done with your diet, you go back to buying a lot of things, and you just buy all the things that you would have bought when you were on your low buy, but you just had to wait longer. But I do find, at least for me, being on a low buy for the majority of this past year, I do find that kind of being on this like makeup diet kind of thing, it actually helped me realize more things about the way I purchase my makeup, the way I think about purchases, and things like that. Alright, so I'm going to be setting my under eyes with my Besame powder. This is the Translucent Brightening Vanilla Powder. I'm really sad that I don't think they're in Sephora's anymore, but and then I'm going to be using my Universal Powder, Invisible Loose Powder from Mercier to set my whole face, not cruelty free by the way. Because since I am on a low buy, I don't have any specific rules to my low buy this past year. I just decided that I wanted to be more conscious of makeup purchases. I talked about this, I think, in my mid-year haul I did this past year, but my low buy is more just trying to get myself to be more conscious of what I'm buying. Like, think about my purchases more and make smarter decisions. So even though I was on a low buy, I do find that it just changed the way I purchase makeup as a whole, because I think about my purchases a lot more now, and I always look at my collection and see like what I have already and be like, do I really need this new item? I know we just got started, but I'm actually going to go do my brows off camera, just because I definitely won't be talking when I do that, because I need a lot of concentration. Alright, we're actually going to be moving on to eyeshadow right now, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with my eyes, so I don't want to apply my face makeup first and then have it not match, so let's do eyes first. I'm going to be priming my lids with the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eyeshadow Primer. I believe Lorac isn't cruelty free, but I'm just trying to use up the sample I have in my collection. But yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say, although it's been pretty sporadic, I did not realize how hard it is to do chit chat get ready with me, because I'm usually so focused on my makeup that I don't even realize what I'm talking about. But basically I do think that for some people it can be kind of like a makeup diet where you just buy a bunch of stuff afterwards. But I think if you are really committed to trying to buy less makeup, I think being on a low buy will just help you build better makeup purchasing practices, because I feel like during that time period you begin to build a better mindset about what you should buy and be more critical of things like that. I'm actually going to be throwing it back old school today. I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I haven't reached for this in so long, and I used to love this palette a lot, so I thought I would use it today. So I'm just going to be setting my eye primer with the shade White Chocolate right here. So now we're going to be talking about no buys and why I've personally never gone on a no buy. I was actually considering maybe going on one in January of 2019, this month, but I decided that I didn't want to, and here's why. I think I'm just going to go in with Milk Chocolate right here. It's like a neutral brown kind of transition shade, and I'm going to be taking that into my crease. So for no buys, for me, I feel like, not that it's like punishing yourself from not buying makeup, but I feel like to me it kind of feels that way. I'm the kind of person where if I put a restriction on myself, or anyone puts a restriction on me, it just makes me want to do it more. So if I said I can't buy any makeup, I feel like I'm suddenly going to want to buy all the makeup just because I know that I can't. That's just a personality thing with me. That's just how I am. So, you know, probably not the case for most people, but for me, that's why I've never been on one. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Semi-Sweet right here. It's like a darker, more neutral brown, and I'm just going to be using that to darken up my crease. And I think I'm probably going to do some kind of halo eye, so we're going to be doing that kind of thing too. Also, I feel like when you're on a no-buy, it doesn't teach you how to be better about buying makeup because you're not allowed to buy anything. So it doesn't give you that mindset of like trying to figure out what actually would be useful to add to your collection, or what would be something that'd be a repeat or things like that, because you're just not allowed to buy anything at all. So unlike a low buy where you are allowed to buy some things and you have to be more conscious of your purchases, for like a no buy, I feel like it's just like a complete ban, and I feel like it doesn't teach you anything. It could teach you though that you don't need to buy any makeup and you would be totally okay, which I feel like most people who are into makeup are that way anyways, but just because we love makeup and we have a lot of it doesn't mean we want to stop buying it necessarily, you know what I mean? For a lot of people, I think it's not about necessarily just trying to stop buying makeup as a whole altogether. I think it's more about being smarter about purchases, because most people who are into makeup do want to try new things and things like that, but they just have a problem deciding what they actually want to try and what is considered redundant or too much in their collection. Alright, so now I'm just going to be taking the Milk Chocolate shade, just smudging it on my lower lash line, because this look is getting a little top heavy. I actually think I'm going to deepen that up just a little bit more, so I'm going to go into the shade Triple Fudge, which is like another darker neutral tone brown. So am I going to go on a low buy again this year? I feel like I don't need to be on a official low buy like I was last year, just because I do find that my makeup purchasing practices and patterns, like, I don't even know what, I can't think of the word right now for some reason. I'm definitely going to think about the word when I'm editing, and just I'll put it up on the screen.
The word I was thinking about is purchasing habits.
But the way I purchase makeup has definitely changed. I don't think I am as all over the place with my makeup purchases. I definitely think about it a lot more. Like, if I know I have a lot of a certain type of product, I usually won't buy it. And I'm really good at looking at my collection first before purchasing a product to see if I already have it. So I don't think I necessarily have to be on an official low buy, because now it's not really just like something I'm doing for my low buy, it's just something I do now in general about makeup. So I'll be mixing the shades Marzipan and then this gold shade, which is called Creme Brulee. I'm going to be mixing those two and then applying it to the center of my lid with my finger. I think overall this year I did a pretty good job not buying too much excess makeup. There were a few things that I did buy that I just like wanted to have in my collection, so I did buy them, which I think isn't always necessarily a bad thing. I don't think you should like necessarily restrict yourself completely when it comes to makeup, so I don't really mind that. I think all the purchases I made this year are things that were added value to my collection and were things that were well thought out, and I'm definitely not going to be decluttering for a while. Right now I'm going to be going in with this Ulta eye crayon, a Birthday Girl, and applying it into my inner corner. And then I'm going to be taking the Champagne Truffle shade right here, this light kind of white, kind of shimmery shade, and I'm going to be applying that to my inner corners. I'm going to be taking the shade Triple Fudge right here and putting it into my lower lash line.
Sorry, I meant upper lash line. This is exactly why I don't do Get Ready With Me's, like chit chat style, because I always mess up all my words.
It's kind of like a liner sort of deal, but nothing too harsh, because I want this to be more of a blown out eye look. Alright, I'm going to go do my mascara and lashes off camera. I think I'm going to be filming another video after this, so I'm probably going to put falsies on today. So for mascara, I'm just going to be using my Catrice Lashes to Kill mascara. I have a review on this if you're interested. And I don't know what lashes I'm going to be doing yet. I'll let you know when I get back. Alright, so I went for the more natural lash route and I applied the e.l.f. Mod Glam lashes. They're really pretty. They're more kind of like piecey separated lashes that just give your lashes a little bit of length and volume. They're not super extreme or anything. They actually look pretty natural, and they're one of my go-to lashes to go for when I want a more natural look to my lashes. I just want a little bit more volume and length. So anyways, let's move on to the rest of my face. For bronzer, I've been using my Tarte Park Avenue Nude Princess bronzer a lot recently. I used to be obsessed with this bronzer, and I haven't reached for it all year because I've been panning that bronzer in my project pan. So since I'm kind of in between project pans right now, I thought I would use this. This is really pretty. It has kind of like a natural glow to the face when you apply it. So this year, I think a policy that I want to try, which is I guess kind of like a low buy, but not necessarily, is that I want to try to do a 1 out, 1 in policy where if I would use up a product, then I could buy a new product. I want to try that. I've seen some people do it here, and I think it'd be a good thing for me just because, although ideally I would like to downsize my collection a little bit, I am pretty happy with where I am right now in terms of its size. I wouldn't want it to get any bigger necessarily. So I think I'm going to try to do that. We'll see how it goes. I usually don't buy just like one makeup product at a time though, so that's where the issue would be. I'd have to wait until I used up like a bunch of products before I can make a haul of some sort. Alright, so for contour, I'm going to be using my Kevyn Aucoin contour powder in the shade Medium. Every time I open this, I dig my nail into some kind of shadow. But I'm going to be going into the contour powder right here. Do people still contour their nose? Is that a thing? I feel like I don't really see a lot of people do that anymore. But like, it's a must-have for me because my nose is so flat looking. So for blush, I'm going to be going for the Dallas blush from Benefit. Benefit's not cruelty free, but I've been trying to get some more use out of this blush. And this used to be one of my favorite blushes, and I've been trying to find a dupe for it. Haven't found one yet. I'm not sure if Dallas is discontinued or not, to be honest, though. I feel like at some point I heard they're discontinuing it, so this may not even be available anymore. And then lastly, for highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Tarte Exposed highlighter. I just recently threw this into my New Year's project pan, and I find that my opinions on this are changing a little bit. I used to love this for like an everyday natural highlight, and although it is a really pretty highlight, I'm not sure if it's one of my favorites anymore. And for lips, I'm kind of feeling a more dark toned brick colored nude. So I think I'm going to be mixing the shade Mochalicious from Wet n Wild with the shade Cinnamon Spice from Wet n Wild. Do people still use these lipsticks? I remember these used to be all over YouTube. I mean, I will say though, these definitely aren't the nicest lipsticks out on the market. They're definitely better ones these days, but for like 99 cents for the Wet n Wild ones, I guess you can't really beat the price. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick couple thoughts about what I thought about low buys and no buys. I know some people have done really in-depth videos about them and talked all about low buys and no buys, and I didn't want to do a full video on it because I just feel like it wouldn't be that interesting, and I'm not sure if I'd have that much to say on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more Get Ready With Me's, let me know. I don't really do them too often on my channel just because, as you can see, my makeup taste and style is pretty neutral and natural, nothing too crazy, so I don't know if you guys would want to see more of those. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!